Utah's most accurate forecast with Cesar Cornejo, weather rate certified 10 years in a row.
For a very mild and warm weekend, we're kicking off the week with more winter weather.
Yeah, Cesar, it's going to be a pretty sloppy commute for the next few days.
Well, yes, we can expect to see, Rosie, that we have a wet morning commute tomorrow expected for many across the Wasatch Front. And yes, that wet weather will linger and even some gusty conditions as we continue this evening into the overnight hours, but it'll slowly die down. And then we'll see that the rain and snow exit for a much nicer kind of day ahead. And then after that, we'll see a nice little seasonal stretch of sweater weather for us. Taking a look at our time lapse here for the Salt Lake City doTERRA downtown camera. We'll just let that play out. Look at how gorgeous it was. We had that little bit of break in the clouds and then boom, we got the rain going on and even a little bit of some snowflakes mixing in for the higher elevations such as the benches. And then we kind of get left with this small but dry period at the moment. As we take a look at Storm Tracker radar, it's not for everyone though. We still continue to see plenty of activity going around towards parts of the Uintas, even parts of the West Desert and going into eastern Nevada, possibly even some high elevation snow showers still occurring for parts of south central Utah and even Moab and going in towards Vernal. We're getting a little bit of love as well in eastern Utah. So again, we continue to see cooler air pooling in, and that's really what we expect to see after this storm system now has shifted our winds from a southerly flow to a more northwesterly flow. What comes with that also is that we still have this winter weather advisory. It'll continue for quite a large portion of the Uintas, the Wasatch Mountains. So the higher elevations, that's where we can expect to see that snow still accumulating going into the overnight hours. Taking a look at Futurecast, we'll expect to see that this wraparound effect continues at least until Tuesday morning. So some of us may wake up to a little bit of a wet commute, but going throughout the rest of the day, not bad at all. Take a look at that. It's going to be dry and not at all shabby. As we go into Wednesday, calmer and a bit more seasonal in our temperatures as well. But overall, we saw that it was windy, but just how windy was it? Well, we saw on I-80 a wind gusts of 61 miles an hour. Over in Dugway, same deal. And even in southern Utah, that's where we were still seeing wind gusts in the 50s. And even over at the point of the mountain, that's where we also saw some mid-50s as well. So it was overall a quite busy day for us. Looking at the regional forecast for tonight and tomorrow, we're expecting to see that overnight lows will be a bit on the cooler side, and including our highs tomorrow, not really much else besides the 50s and 60s with some 40s sprinkled in as well. Looking at St. George's 7-day forecast, we're expecting to see a little bit more sunshine and temperatures slowly but surely moderating before we get towards the weekend, where we start to see winds increase, a little bit of cloud cover as we see the making of our next storm system. The Wasatch Front 7-day forecast, we're expecting to see that we have that morning mix, but otherwise we stay pretty dry with some clouds just lingering. And then by the time we get into Sunday, Monday, we're starting to see real good indication of another wet system making its way in for us.